get started seated today. So find yourself a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. Maybe it's sitting in easy pose, maybe it's in a butterfly with the soles of your feet together, or maybe you're resting on your shins with your bum on your heels. Wherever you are, soften your gaze to a point in front of you, or maybe close your eyes. Start to come into this present moment. Lengthening through the crown of your head, lifting your chin ever so slightly. Bring your hands to your heart center, palms pressing into each other. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Let it come naturally to you. Maybe you need softness. Maybe you need ease. Maybe you need to let go of attachment. Whatever your intention today, repeat it to yourself 3 times. Today I will. And when you're ready, release your hands. If your eyes are closed, flutter them open. Bring your right hand to the mat and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. You can stay right here, or if it feels comfortable for you, bring your left hand and gently set it on top of your right ear, adding just a little bit of weight, letting gravity assist the stretching of your right side, neck, and shoulder area. Breathing. You can stay here, or maybe start to play the piano with your right hand, moving your right arm from side to side, moving into some different places on that side. And then find stillness with your right hand. Release your left hand. Bring your head back to neutral. And we'll switch sides. So bring your left hand to the mat. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Invitation to stay here, or bring your right hand and gently set it on your left ear. You can stay right here, or if you'd like to play the piano with your left hand, moving your left arm from side to side as you wiggle your fingers. Just to move the sensation in your neck a little bit. And then come to stillness with your left hand. Release your right hand. Bring your head back up to neutral. And take a moment to note how you're feeling in your body in this current moment. From here, we'll take a few twists. Inhale, bring your hands up and overhead. Exhale, left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Twist and look over your right shoulder. Lengthening up through the top of your spine, all the way through the crown of your head. And then exhale to release, coming back to center. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Exhale, drop your left hand behind you and twist and look over your left shoulder, lengthening through the crown of your head. And then inhale, come back to center. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, place your right hand on the right side of the mat. And exhale, lean over towards the right, stretching through the left fingertips, lengthening through your whole left side body. Inhale, come back to center, both arms overhead. Inhale, right arm reaches and tips over as you exhale, lengthening through the right side body all the way through the fingertips. And then inhale, come back to center, both arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And make your way into tabletop position. So you can scoot your legs out from underneath you, depending on what position you were in. Wrists come right underneath your shoulders, knees come directly underneath your hips. Maybe you tuck your toes or leave them flat, the tops of the feet on the mat. Either way is fine, whatever feels good in your body today. Reminder, all of the things that I suggest today are just that, suggestions. Everything here is an invitation. There's nothing that you have to do. I'm not sitting there watching you. I can't critique what you are doing, so really honor your body and do what feels good for you today. I will guide you into things you might want to explore, but if you don't feel like exploring them today, there's nothing wrong with that. So just know, this is your practice. Utilize it in the best way for you. From this tabletop position, let's do some cat-cow. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl your chin into your chest. Round your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, look up. Exhale, curl your chin into your chest, rounding your spine, pressing into the earth. Continue on your own belly. And exhaling to curl it in, adding on any organic movements that feel nice to you today in your body. Maybe that's swaying your hips. Maybe it's making circles. Maybe you push back your knees, setting your... Maybe it's pressing forward. Whatever feels nice for you in your body in this moment, honor that. Give your body what it is asking for. Connecting with your breath. As you move, utilizing the breath to guide your movements. Whenever you feel ready, coming back into stillness in a neutral tabletop. And we'll take thread the needle. So inhale, lift your right arm out and up towards the sky, and then exhale, thread your right arm in between your left arm and leg, setting your right side of your head on the mat, really pressing into the mat with your left hand, breathing deeply into your belly. And then pressing into the mat with your left hand. Inhale, slowly unthread your needle, bringing your right arm all the way out and back up towards the sky. And then exhale, set your right hand back on the mat. Take a moment here and switch sides. Inhale your left arm out and up towards the sky. And exhale, thread the needle between your right arm and right leg, setting your left side of your head on the mat. Breathing deeply, pressing into the right hand, into the mat. And then inhale, unthread the needle, pressing into the right hand. Bring the left arm out and up towards the sky. And exhale, set it down, returning to tabletop. From here, tuck your toes and sit yourself back on your heels for toe crusher pose. So often we don't think about or stretch the bottoms of our feet, but it's so important that we give attention to every part of our body, even the parts we don't think about too much. So really breathing into your feet in this pose. Really feeling the lengthening in your toes, This can be really intense for a lot of people, so just know that you're not alone if that's the experience you're experiencing right now. And if it's not intense for you, that's okay too. Wherever you are, breathing, knowing you can come out whenever you need to. And on an exhale, come back to tabletop. Untuck your toes, and then exhale, sit back on your heels, stretching the tops of your feet now in hero pose. Lengthening through the top of your head. Breathing deeply. And then exhale, return to tabletop. Wrists and shoulders are in a line, knees and hips are in a line. Then walk your hands out about a hand width. Tuck your toes and exhale, shift your hips up and back to come into downward dog. Pressing your hands into the mat, all 10 fingers. Pressing your heels towards the earth, lengthening through your tailbone. Breathing, maybe and then the other. And then on an exhale, look towards your hands and walk yourself up towards your hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. So when you get there, bend your knees as much as you need and let your head hang heavy. Maybe rocking from side to side here. Might feel nice to grab onto opposite elbows. Wherever you are, whatever variations you're choosing to explore today, remembering to breathe and use your breath to guide any movements. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to the mat or blocks and walk them over towards the right side for a little twist. And then on an exhale, walk back to center. And continue all the way over towards the left. Again, keeping your knees bent a little bit. Always remembering the breath. And then coming back to center. From here, bend your knees, planting your hands onto the mat. Step your right foot back and drop. Coming into a low lunge. You can stay right here, or if you'd like, inhale, bring your hands up to your front thigh, or maybe to your hips. You could cactus your arms, or bring them overhead. Whatever variation feels good for you and your body today. Breathing, checking in with that your knee and ankle are in a line. Make sure your core is engaged. Lift your chin and lengthen through the crown of your head. And then back to the earth. Shift your hips back. Lift your toes. Half splits. Again, keeping your core engaged here. Really lengthening through your upper body. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, rebend your front knee, bring your left hand inside your left leg, heel toe your left leg out, coming into lizard pose. Stay right here, or if you're feeling called, come down onto your elbows. Breathing. Stay here, or maybe roll onto the pinky side edge of your left foot to change where you're feeling the sensation in your front foot. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to practice yoga as long as you are breathing and paying attention to your breath, paying attention to your body, honoring what your body is asking for. You are doing yoga. And if you rolled onto the pinky side edge of your foot, go ahead and roll back to the sole of your foot. If you came onto your elbows, go ahead and come back up onto your palms. And then from here, you're gonna you're gonna bring your left foot back in between your hands. And then exhale, kick your left foot back, coming into downward dog. Pressing into all heels towards the earth, lengthening the tailbone away from the earth. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. So inhale, bring your right foot between your hands, drop your back knee, untuck your back toes. Feel free to stay right here, or bring your hands onto your front thigh. Maybe bring them to your hips. You could cactus your arms, or maybe inhale your arms overhead. Find an arm variation that feels good to you today, and breathe. Check in with your front knee and ankle and make sure they're in line. If you need to adjust, do so. And then the earth, shift your hips back for half splits, peeling your front toes off the earth, flexing your toes towards your face. Breathing. And then on an exhale, walk your hands forward. Bring your right hand inside your right foot, heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat. For a lizard pose, stay here, or if you're feeling called, come onto your elbows. Again, option to stay here, or maybe come onto the pinky side edge of your right foot. Knowing that if you try something and it doesn't feel good for you today, you can always take a step back. So long as you're listening to your body, you are practicing yoga. Honoring what your body is asking for and what it needs, that is the practice of yoga. Learning to be in tune with your body, connecting your body and your mind through the breath. That is the practice of yoga. If you rolled onto the pinky side edge, go ahead and roll back onto the sole of the foot. If you came onto your elbows, come back up onto your hands. And then on an exhale, bring your right foot back in between your hands. Tuck your back. Exhale, step. Facing dog. Really lengthening through the spine. Pressing the heels towards the earth. Pressing all 10 fingers into the earth. Deep breaths here. And then take your left leg, inhale, lift your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, bend the left leg open. Try to keep the weight equally balanced between your hands. And then on exhale, close the hip and bring the knee behind the left wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Untuck your back toes. Lengthen through your upper body. You can stay right here, or if it feels like your body wants to go there today, you can walk your hands forward, maybe coming onto your elbows, or if you have blocks or books available, you could rest your forehead on some blocks or a book. Breathing. If this pose feels challenging for you, feels intense for you, remembering to utilize your breath as you feel the sensations in your body. Can you inhale directly into those spaces that you're feeling the most sensation? And as you exhale, can you use that exhale to soften into that space? Again, there's no right way to do this. Yoga is all about mindfulness, about paying attention to what's happening in our body, using our breath, and helping to quiet the mind. Whenever you're ready, if you came down onto your elbows, start to walk yourself back up. Pressing your hands into the mat, tucking your back toes, shift your hips forward a little bit so you can press into your back foot, and then inhale, lift your left leg, kick it up and back for Again, open the hip, dropping the heel towards the bum. And exhale, release the left leg down, coming into downward dog. Take a moment here, pressing into 10 fingers and the balls of your feet. Inhale your right or left bum, I suppose. And then inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist, coming into pigeon on the other side. Untuck the back toes. Lengthen through your spine. Stay here. Or if you'd like, feeling called for it, walk yourself forward. Maybe resting your head on a block or some books. Noting the difference between your two sides. Again, listening to the mind chatter. Seeing if you can quiet the mind by focusing on the breath. Focusing on the physical sensations in the body. Might help to name the sensations. Maybe it's tightness, maybe it's stretching, maybe it's coolness or warmth, whatever the sensation. See if you can name it. It might even help to name it out loud. Tightness in my right hip. Allow yourself that connection between what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. And then breathe into that space as you inhale. Feel the breath expand into that space, you're feeling sensation. And as you exhale, and imagine the breath leaving that space, creating space with its absence. And as you're ready, if you came down, start to walk your hands back up. Tuck your toes under on your back foot. Shift your hips forward a little bit. Then lift your back right leg up and back. Hip. And exhale again to set that foot down. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then exhale, drop the knees to the mat. And sit back in child's pose. Take a rest in child's pose. You can leave your arms onto the mat, or you can bring your palms together and bring your thumbs to the back of your head or neck. Or if your shoulders need a break, bring your hands next to your feet with the palms facing up. Whichever variation of child's pose you're taking. Checking in with yourself. Coming back to your intention if you set one today. And then bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back up. Move your feet out from underneath you and come to sit on your bum. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Your feet can be close to your groin or they can be further away, whatever feels good for you today. You can hold on to your feet or your big toes. Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen through your spine, maybe staying right here, or if you'd like to go somewhere else, exhale, leading with your chest, start to fold forward. And if you want to stay here, great. If you want to go somewhere else, exhale, tuck your chin into your chest and round your spine, letting your head earth, maybe extending your arms out, letting your body melt. Breathing. And wherever you are, inhaling. If you bowed forward, inhaling to come back up. Lengthening through the spine once more. And then take your hands to the outside of your knees and close your legs together like a book. Turning to the long side of your mat. Straightening your legs, flexing your toes in towards your knees. Place your palms on either side of your hips, lengthening through the torso. Staff pose. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, bending your knees slightly. Exhale, hinge forward and fold over. Keep your knees back. Straighten them. Remember, it's not a competition. What you were able to do yesterday, you might not be able to do today, or maybe you won't be able to do tomorrow. Yoga is a practice. There's no goal, just checking in with how our body feels, how it wants to move today, and honoring that. And then on an inhale, come back up. Now, opening your legs wide on the long side of the mat. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So, legs as wide as feels comfortable for you today. Toes flexed in towards your knees, standing up nice and tall. This is a perfect place to stay. If you want to do something else, bring your hands to the mat in front of you and maybe start to walk them forward till you find a spot that feels good in your body, and then hold there and breathe. See if as you breathe, maybe you find some more space. If you were sitting upright, maybe you bring your hands in front of you now and see if walking them forward a little bit feels okay. If not, that's fine. If your hands are already in front of you, you want to walk them a little bit further. Or maybe if you came onto your elbows, you might try walking your elbows out a little bit further in front of you. Just noticing where your body is at today, how it feels, what feels good for it. Maybe taking some organic movements here. Rocking from side to side might feel nice. Just going slow, following your breath, paying attention to your body, what feels good for your body today. And then whenever you're ready, if you fold it forward, make your way back upright. Using your hands, bring your legs back together. Again, turning to the long side of your mat, Bringing the soles of your feet to the earth. Nice and tall. Invitation to stay right here, or if you'd like to come into some boat lifts, you can shift back and lift your toes off the mat. Maybe bringing your arms out straight in front of you. Maybe bringing your shins parallel to the earth. Or if you're feeling particularly strong today, straightening your legs, feeling the burn. Wherever you are, breathing. Know that you are strong. Every day is building strength. Exhale, release. Soles of the feet to the earth, sitting up nice and tall. And then on an exhale, slowly start to roll yourself down to lie on your back. Bring the soles of your feet to the earth once more. We'll take a few bridge poses here, so pressing your hands into the mat on either side of your hips, squeezing the shoulder blades together on the back, pressing the feet into the earth. Inhale, lift the hips off the earth. Really focusing on lengthening through the spine. And breathe. And exhale, slowly roll down. Again, inhale, lift through the hips, lengthening through the spine, pressing your feet into the earth, pressing your hands into the earth. And exhale, release. And one more time, inhale, press your hands and feet into the earth, lift your hips off the ground. Maybe going a little higher this time, but really focusing on the length in the spine rather than the lift in the hips. And then exhale, roll back down. Take a moment here, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then come back to stillness, hugging your knees into your chest. Maybe rock from side to side. Give yourself a little back massage. Drop your right foot to the mat, and then cross your left ankle over your right knee. You can stay right here, or inhale, pick your right foot off the earth, and then drop both legs over to the right side. Bring your arms out to a T and look towards your left side for a little twist. Stay here, or take your right hand and gently press on the inside of your left knee to really feel a difference in that outer left hip. Breathing, remembering, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then on an exhale, bring your head back to neutral. On an inhale, bring your legs back to center. Drop your right foot if it was lifted. Exhale, uncross your left leg, planting the left foot on the mat. Inhale your right leg to cross right ankle on left knee. Stay right here, or maybe inhale your left leg off the mat, and then exhale, tip both legs over to the left. Turn your head to the right. Stay here, or take your left hand and gently press on the inside of your right knee to feel a little deeper sensation. And again, if that doesn't feel good, don't do it. We tend to store a lot of tension in our hips, so these deep, passive hip openers can be really, really nice. They can also be really, really intense, so again, just know, whatever sensations you're feeling, you are valid. Your feelings are valid. If it's too much for you, come out of it. Honor yourself. Nothing good comes from pushing yourself beyond your limits. And then on an inhale, bring your head back to neutral. Exhale, bring your legs back to neutral. Left foot touches the mat, right foot touches the mat. Inhale your arms, give yourself a hug. Really squeeze yourself. And then inhale, open your arms to a T. Exhale, cross your arms, the opposite arm on top. Give yourself another hug, squeeze. Give yourself some love. And then exhale, release your arms. Lengthen your feet out long on the mat, letting your feet fall open to either side. Find a comfortable resting position to come into our final relaxation pose. Do whatever you need to get 5 to 10% more comfortable. And as you settle into stillness, let your mind settle also. If you find your mind starts to wander, direct your attention to your breath. Might help to count the breaths as they go in and out. To give your mind something to focus on, something to do, but also help you stay present in this current moment. If not counting, maybe just choosing a spot where you're feeling the breath sensations most intensely and just noting, what does that feel like as I inhale? What does it feel like as I exhale? And letting your body and your mind relax for the next several minutes. Slowly begin to deepen your breath and invite small movements into your fingers and toes, gradually making the movements bigger to include your wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, bringing your legs together, pointing your toes, reaching your arms overhead, and giving yourself a big stretch in both directions. And then exhale, roll over onto one side, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Curl into yourself. Take a moment here. And then exhale with your top hand and bring yourself up into a seat. Inhale your arms up and overhead, bring your palms together. Exhale your hands to heart center. Nestle your thumbs into your heart center. Take a moment to reconnect with your intention for today. See if there's a way you could envision incorporating this intention into the rest of your day once you leave your mat. Yoga is a mindfulness practice that helps connect us with our bodies through our breath, but it can be so beneficial off the mat as well. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time for yourself today to be with your body and with your breath. If your eyes are still closed, flutter them open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.